Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Those who are not aware of the quadratic formula, I just included the formula and other things in this slide. The contents of the slide you see today is different from what you saw yesterday. I've incorporated the formula also in it. So you can take a screenshot. Those of who do not know the quadratic formula, I've edited this slide. Please take a screenshot. You can see the quadratic equation in n here, and I've written the values of a, b, c, and what the discriminant is. Finding the discriminant and then the formula. Yesterday it was d is equal to, right? I told you typing error. Corrected it. N is equal to minus b plus or minus root d by 2a. Right here also you can take a screenshot. We did these two yesterday. Okay, next one. Determine the number of terms in the arithmetic progression 3, 7, 11, and so on up to 407. Also find its 20th term from the end. Also find its 20th term from the end. Yeah, please go through the contents of the slide and work this in your book. Go through the answer, understand, and then work it in your book. Okay, so finding the value of n is now easy for you. The position of 407 will tell us the value of n. Now you need to find the 20th term from behind. You need to find the 20th term from behind. From the end, the 20th term. Now just look at the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on till 20. How many terms are there from 1 to 20? How many terms are there? How many terms are there from 1 to 20? Or let me take
20 terms, ma'am.
Second. How many terms are there? 2, 4, 6, so on till 30. How many terms? 15 terms.
15 terms, ma'am.
15 terms. Okay, so there are 15 terms. So 30 is in the 15th position. 30 is in the 15th position. Which is the 15th term from the end?
What, ma'am? Can you repeat, ma'am?
Which is the 15th term from the end?
2.
2, ma'am.
Which is the 15th term from the beginning?
30, ma'am.
Which is the first term from the end?
30.
The
30.
first term, yeah, the first term from the end, from behind. The first term from behind is 30. Which is the second term from behind?
What, ma'am?
Which is the second term from behind?
28, ma'am.
Yeah. So when there are 15 terms, when there are 15 terms, here there are 15 terms. The first term from behind, the first term from behind is the 15th term itself. The first term from behind is the 15. It's not 15. The 15. The first term from behind is the 15th term itself, which you can look as 15 minus 0. The 14th term. The 14th. There's another way of doing this. I'll tell you that also. The 14th term from. Sorry, the second term from behind. The second term from behind is 15 minus 1. Because you know this is the second term from behind. This is the 14th term. The 14th term is the second term from behind. The 14th term from the beginning is the second term from behind. So for the second term from behind, it is the total number of terms minus 1. If you subtract, the total number of terms is 15. The total number of terms is 15. 15 minus 0, 15 minus 1, 15 minus 2. 15 minus 0 is the first term from behind. The total number of terms 15 minus 0 is the first term from behind. The second term from behind will be the total number of terms 15 minus 1. The second term is 15 minus 1th term. The total number of terms is 15. The first term from behind is this term 15 minus 0. 15 terms 15 minus 0. The 15th term itself is the first term from behind. The second term from behind, to find the second term from behind, subtract 1. Second term, subtract 1. The 14th term, 15 minus 1. The 14th term is the second term from behind. Total number of terms 15. The third term from behind is this one. This is the third term from behind. It's nothing but the 15 minus 2, the 13th term from the beginning. That's the 13th term from the beginning. So you can give the position of a term can be expressed from the beginning or from the end. But the formula is all from the beginning, not from the end. An is equal to a plus n minus 1 into t is from the beginning, not from the end. Let's do it again. 30 is the 15th term from the beginning. 30 is the 15th term from the beginning. We know that. 28 is the 14th term from the beginning. 26 is the 13th term from the beginning. Now 30 is the first term. From behind it's the first term. From behind it's the first term. From behind 28 is the second term. From behind 26 is the third term. Now when we have to find a term from behind, we'll try to find its equivalent from the beginning. If it is the first term from behind, what is it from the beginning we are trying to find, so that we can use the formula. If it is the first term from behind, which term is it from the beginning? That is what we're trying to find. If you want to find the 20th term from the end, then from the beginning, which term you want to find? The 20th term from the end is which term from the beginning we're trying to find. From behind, if you want to find the 20th term, then from the beginning, it is which term? That 20th term from behind is which term from the beginning is what we're trying to find out. The first term from behind is the 15th term itself. So if you have to find the first term from behind, it is 15 minus 0, the 15th term itself. The second term from behind is the 14th term, the second term from behind. So from the total number of terms, subtract 1. So 14. The second term from behind is the 14th term from the beginning. 15 minus 1, 14th term from the beginning. The third term from behind. The third term from behind is this one. This is the third term from behind. It's the 13th term. So it is 50, the third term from behind, no? So minus 2, don't subtract 3. It's the 13th term from the beginning. 15 minus 2 is 13. It's the 13th third term from the beginning. From the total number of terms, so here this AP has 102 terms. You want to find the 20th term from the end. So subtract 19, subtract 1 less. So it's the 83rd term from the beginning. The 20th term from the end is nothing but the total number of terms, 102 minus 19. Subtract 1 less than this. Subtract 1 less than this. 20th term from the end. So subtract from total number of terms, 102, subtract 1 less, 19. So 102 minus 19, the 83rd term. So the 20th term from the end is the 83rd term from the beginning. So we need to find the 83rd term, which is nothing but the 20th term from behind. Both are the same. We are referring to the same term from the beginning and from the end. From the end, if it is the 20th term, from the beginning, it is the 83rd term. So we have to find A83, which is A plus 82D. Substitute the values of A and D and find the value of A83, which is the 83rd term from the beginning or the 20th term from the end. 20th term from the end. So from total number of terms, subtract 19. Don't subtract 20. Subtract 19. We'll do this in another way. Work this first.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, you are not audible, ma'am.
No, I'm not talking. I'm just giving you time to complete the slide. I was not talking all the while.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm just annotating. I'm just writing. Yeah. But good you mentioned that. I'm working the alternate method, children. All right. This is the alternate approach, children. So you see that the AP is 3, 7, 11, and we know the last term is 407. So we'll just figure out the a few terms before that. So 407. So before that, the common difference is 4. The common difference is 4. So previous number should be 403. The previous one should be 399. I'm just subtracting 4. See, forwards it will be 3. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. Backwards you subtract 407 minus 3, 403 minus not minus 3, 407 minus 4, 403 minus 4, 399. See now forwards you see 399 plus 4, 403. 403 plus 4, 407 because the common difference is 4. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. 399 plus 4, 403. 403 plus 4, 407. Now write the AP in the reverse order because you have to find the 20th term from the end. So let's write this AP in the reverse order. So 407, 403, 399, like that 11, 7 and 3. So now for this AP, it is the 20th term from the beginning. When you write it in the reverse order, it's the 20th term from the beginning. You have to find the 20th term from the beginning. For the given AP, you have to find the 20th term from behind. But when you write it in the reverse order, you have to find the 20th term from the beginning. Now write out what is A? 407. A is 407. What is D? A2 minus A1. 403 minus 407 minus 4. The common difference is minus 4. The common difference is minus 4. Now we have to find A20. Because for this AP, it is the 20th term from the beginning. So A20 is equal to A plus 19D. 407 is A plus 19 into D minus 4. Work this, you get 331. Work the alternate method also, children. You can say writing the AP in the reverse order. So here, alternate approach. You just write here, writing the AP in the reverse order. Writing the AP, I'm not able to write everything. Writing the AP in the reverse order. In the reverse order, we get this one. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you write the AP in the reverse order, the 20th term from the end is nothing but the 20th term from the beginning when you write it in the reverse order. So we are finding the 20th term from the beginning. But the first term is 407. The common difference is 403 minus 407 minus 4. A20, A plus 19D, substitute the values. So for this AP, the 20th term from the beginning is 331, which is nothing but the 20th term from behind for the given AP. All right. Which term of the arithmetic progression is square root of 14,045? Which term of the arithmetic progression is square root of 14,045? Now the terms are all pure surds. You must first write them as mixed surds. Now square root of 45, 9 5s are 45, so 3 root 5. Square root of 125, 25 into 5, 5 root 5. Or you can write it as 3 into 3 into 5. You can factorize it completely. But the thing is, you'll have to write them as mixed surds. Square root of 45 is 3 root 5. Square root of 125 is 5 root 5. So the terms of the AP are, root 5, 3 root 5, 5 root 5. You cannot subtract, children. Square root of 45 minus square root of 5, square root of 40. That's incorrect. You cannot subtract these two. Square root of 45 minus square root of 5 is square root of 40. No. And then square root of 125 minus square root of 45 is square root of 80. That's incorrect. You cannot subtract like that. So don't think they're not an AP. This is an arithmetic progression. Express square root of 45 and 125 as mixed surds. 3 root 5, 5 root 5. Now see the common difference. 3 root 5 minus root 5, 2 root 5. 5 root 5 minus 3 root 5, 2 root 5. The common difference is 2 root 5. This one also you must express it as a mixed surd. You must express this as a mixed surd and you must find which position, which term of the AP is square root of 14,045. So that means AN, the condition is, see, the condition is what is important. What is the condition? Condition is AN. The question is which term, not SN, which term? AN. I don't know which term. So let AN be equal to square root of 14,045. What is AN? A plus N minus 1 into D is equal to square root of 14,045. Of course, you'll have to write it as a mixed surd. When you work that, you know there are three unknowns, A, N, and D, but you know A and D, so you'll find the value of N. Please write the question and work the answer. Now this 2809 is not divisible by any number because 53 is a 53 is a prime number. 53 is a prime number. So you can use this method. Try to find the square root of 2809. Try to find the square root of 2809. 4 4s are 16, 5 5s are 25. So 5 5s are 25. Yesterday we did no long division method. 5 5s are 25. 3 is the remainder. 3 is the remainder. Bring the next pair down. Double the quotient. Whatever digit you add here, you must add the same digit here. 103 into 3 is 309. So it is 53. 53 times. 53 times. Because when you try to divide 2809 by 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, it's not divisible. That means the number is a prime number. 13, 17, it's not divisible. 23, it's not divisible. So you should find that prime number. This should help you. Find the square root of 2809. It's 53. So 53 into 53 is 2809. All right, so which term? So AN is equal to square root of 14,045. Express that as a mixed surd. So it's 50. AN is 53 root 5. Now AN is A plus N minus 1 into D. 53 root 5. A is root 5. D is 2 root 5. Common difference is 2 root 5. So A plus N minus 1 to D is 53 root 5. First transpose root 5. First transpose root 5. So it will become minus 5 on the minus root 5 on the other side. 53 root 5 minus root 5 is 52 root 5. And then this 2 root 5 comes for division. Root 5 and root 5 gets cancelled. 26. N minus 1 is equal to 26. N is equal to 26 plus 1, which is 27. N minus 1, N is not 26. N minus 1 is 26. So N is equal to 26 plus 1, 27. So the 27th term is square root of 14,045. So you know the first term is root 5. I have not mentioned that, but you know the first term A is root 5 and the common difference D is 3 root 5 minus root 5. 3 root 5 minus root 5. This is what we have substituted there. which is 2 root 5. Is 3 2 by 3 a term of, see here it was given that which term of the arithmetic progression is 14, the square root of 14,045. So that means it's given, it's meaning we understand that it is a term of the AP. It is a term of the AP, just that you have to find which term it is. Yes, is 3 2 by 3 a term of the AP? Is it a term? Is it a term or not? The working is the same. You'll have to work with AN is equal to 3 2 by 3. AN is equal to, like you did in the earlier one, AN, that is, we assume that 3 2 by 3 is a term of the AP. We just assume that AN is equal, that is some n, the term is 3 2 by 3. But when the value of n is a fraction, if you cannot accept the value of n, then it is not a term of the AP. If you get a natural number, you get 10, 20, 25, then it's a term of the AP. If you get a negative value, you get a fraction, then that means 3 2 by 3 is not a term of the AP. If you get an acceptable value for n, it is a term of the AP. If the value of n you get is not acceptable, then it is not a term of the AP. Yes, please first go through the answer. Don't start writing like that. First go through the answer. I'm giving you sufficient time. We are not in a hurry. Well, I'm not in a hurry. First read the content of the slide. It's not a punishment to just copy everything into your book. Understand what is on the screen and then write down. First 5 by 6 goes to the other side. So 11 by 3 minus 5 by 6. Simplify that. LCM, you get this. I've written this n minus 1 into 1 by 6 as n minus 1 by 6. When you take this 5 by 6 to the other side, it becomes minus 5 by 6. N minus 1 into 1 by 6. I've written it as n minus 1 by 6 into 1 by 6. No? So n minus 1 by 6. Then on this side, the LCM 6 and 6 gets cancelled in the denominators. So n is equal to 18. So n is 18. Number of the n meaning the number of terms up to 3 2 by 3. N is 18. Acceptable value for n. It's not a fraction. It's not a decimal. It's not negative. It's not 0. So yes, 3 2 by 3 is the 18th term of the arithmetic progression. First transpose 5 by 6 becomes minus 5 by 6 LCM. n minus 1 into 1 by 6. I've written it as n minus 1 by 6. 6 cancels. Okay, so n is 18. Acceptable value for n we are getting. So yes, 3 2 by 3 is the 18th term of the arithmetic progression. Is it over, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. If an is equal to 6n minus 7, fine. Yes.
Ma'am, 1 minute previous slide, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am?
Okay.
Yeah, yes, Arnav.
Ma'am, then how would we know if it's not a term of the AP?
If you get a negative value for n, then it's not a term of the AP.
Oh.
If n
So
is a
it's
fraction
or that thing. Okay,
if
ma'am.
it's a fraction, yeah.
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. So an is nothing but the general term. If the general term of the AP is given by 6n minus 7, if an meaning, if the with a1 you can, if with an you can find a1, you can find a2, a3, a4, a5. That is what is an. An is equal to 6n minus 7. An is the general term. An represents the general term of the AP. Using this expression, you can find any term of the AP. You want to find the 25th term? 6 into 25 minus 7. If you want to find A25, n is 25, right? A25 will be 6 into 25 minus 7. 6 into 25 is 150 minus 7, 143. So in this AP, the 25th term is 143. 25 is the position. 143 is the term in that position. Don't get confused between the position and the value in that position. 25th term. The value of the 25th term is not 25. The 25th term, A25. What is the number in the 25th position? 6 into 25 minus 7. 150 minus 7, 143. 143 is the value. 143 is a number in the 25th position. So AN meaning it's a general term of the AP. Using this, it will always be linear in N. The general term of the AP is always linear in N. If supposing they give you 6n square minus 7, that cannot represent the general term of the AP. 6n square minus 7 cannot represent the general term of the AP. General term of the AP is always linear in N. It will be a linear expression in N. It will always be a linear expression in N. Okay, so this is the general term of the AP. Now using this, we need to find Sn. Sn. Please, we'll do it together. Don't go ahead of me. We have to find Sn. Now, how do I find Sn? Let me write the formula first. Only then I'm going to understand. Sn is n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into t. This is what is Sn. Sn, I have to find Sn only. That means n is n. So I don't have to substitute for n because the question is find Sn. That means n is n only. So this n will remain n. So I should know the values of A and D. I need to fill the, only n can be n because you have to find Sn. But you'll have to substitute, the other unknowns are A and D. You have to fill in the values of A and D. You have to fill in the values of A and D. So how will I find A and D? Let's find A1. A1 is equal to 6 into 1 minus 7. So 6 minus 7 minus 1. A2 will be 6 into 2, 12. 12 minus 7, 5. So then what is D? D is A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1. Be very careful when you do this. A2 minus A1. So 6 is the common difference. Now I got, see, I got the first term, I got the common difference. Substitute here. A is minus 1. D is 6. Substitute, work and get that expression. That will always be quadratic in n. The sum to the first n terms, the expression for the sum to n terms is always, if you don't get a numerical answer, it will always be quadratic in n. The general term an is always linear in n, Sn is always quadratic in n. That in n meaning the unknown is n. The variable is n. Find Sn means this is the formula. In the formula, the three unknowns are a, n, and d. But n is going to remain n. We have to substitute the values of a and d. How do we find a? From an we can find a1. From an we can find a2. a2 minus a1 will give us d. Substitute and get the expression for Sn. I've just found A3. A1, A2 is enough. A3 is, I've just found A3, that's all. A1, A2 is enough.
Ma'am, one doubt, ma'am.
Yes.
Can we directly, I have substituted an is equal to 6n minus 7, ma'am. And I have done by a plus n minus 1 into d formula, ma'am. And I found a, ma'am. Can we find that?
What formula you used? A plus n minus 1 into d, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
And you found what?
A is equal to minus 1, ma'am. For in that 6n and 6n cancel, ma'am. So I got a is equal to minus 1.
Oh, you equated. Yeah. You equated 6n minus 7 to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. But you should equate it carefully. That's important. So in the second method, children, let me tell you this, you can work both. Let me tell you this also. In the second method, see, we have the other formula for Sn, right? N by 2 of the first term plus the last term. N by 2 of the first term plus the last term. This is another formula we have.
Yes, ma'am.
N is n only. Because we're finding Sn now. N will be n. N is n. Okay. A1, an. A1, an. A1 is the first term and Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the nth term because Sn no, so an. What is a1? We found minus 1. We found here minus 1. And what is an? That's given to us here. An is 6n minus 7. You can do this also and get the value of, get the expression for Sn. You can use this formula. You can use n by 2 to find Sn. You can use the formula n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d, wherein you have to substitute the values of a and d. And to find the values of a and d, you need to do this. You need to find a1 and a2. You can also use the formula Sn is equal to n by 2 of the first term plus the last term. Here you need to substitute for n is going to be n. A1, that is the first term. Find it, minus 1. Substitute. An, don't have to find. See, it's here only. An is given to 6n minus 7. That also will give you the expression for the sum to n terms. Is it over, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So AN is the general term of the AP. You can find any term of the AP using this expression. You can find any term of the AP using this expression. So you can find A1, you can find A2, you can find A3. A1, A2 sufficient. So A1 means this is the first term. A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1, you can see here, A2 minus A1 is a common difference. Now we need to find Sn. This is the formula. N will remain N. Substitute A is -1 and D is 6. Take out 2 common. Take out 2 common here. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. N into 3n is 3n square. N into -4 is -4n. An is equal to 4n plus 1. Find S15. I think it's easy. You can help yourself. Just give you some time to understand and work on your book. Completed, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, others? Anybody still writing? I'll wait.
No, ma'am, completion, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you show the question again? The question slide?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. I thought that SN was given, 15 was not given, that's why.
Okay. Which is the first negative term of the arithmetic progression? 229, 223, 217. Okay, so the numbers are decreasing. 229, 223, 217. So after a point, the terms of the AP will be negative. After a point, the terms of the AP will be negative. Because the terms will become smaller and smaller, and at a point it will be negative, and from there on all the terms will be negative. 229, 223, 217, the terms of the AP are reducing in value, are decreasing in value. So it'll become smaller and smaller, and at a point it will become negative, and from there on all the terms will be negative only. So we need to find the first negative term. So now, for example, if you have 20, 20 minus 4, 16, 16 minus 4, 12, 12 minus 4, 8, 8 minus 4, 4, 4 minus 4, 0, 0 minus 4, minus 4. So see, then minus 4, minus 8, minus 8, minus 4, minus 12. All the terms will be negative after that. So which is the first negative term? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The seventh term is the first negative term. Which term of this AP is the first negative term? Which term of this AP? 26th first term, second term, third term, fourth term,
-4.
fifth term, sixth term, seventh term. Which term? Not what is the term. What is the? It's not what is the first. Which the position. First, I'm talking about the position. Which position is the first negative term? The seventh one. The seventh term is the first negative term, and the value of the seventh term is -4. A7 for this AP. For this AP, A7 is the first negative term. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. The seventh term is the first. The seventh term, the position of the term. The seventh term is the first negative term, and A7 is -4. A7 is -4. Which term? The seventh term is negative and its value is -4. So for this, to find the first negative term of the given AP, we need to work with this condition. Which term? No, so you don't know which term is the first negative term. We know that if the term is negative, then its value will be less than 0. See, now this is the negative term, the first negative term. Its value is less than 0. If it's a negative term, its value will be less than 0. That means an is the value of the term. An. What is A3? 12. What is A2? 16. It's positive. It's greater than 0. So the condition you have to work with is an, the term is less than 0. Because you're trying to find the first negative term. You're trying to find the first negative term. That means it should be less than 0. An less than 0 is the condition you should work with to find the first negative term. The term an is some term, is less than 0. Why less than 0? Because it's negative. Work with this condition to find the first negative term.
Is n is equal to 39th term, ma'am?
Yeah. No, the 40th term. Okay, so this is the condition used to find the first negative term.
I have multiplied the d with some numbers and I have got the answer. Can we do like that, ma'am?
What you've share your working on WhatsApp, Shakti?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So children, the condition is an is less than 0. An means a plus n minus 1 into d is less than 0. Substitute the values we know. A is 229, the first term. The common difference is 223 minus 229. 223 minus 229 minus 6. Just a minute, children. The first term is 229. The common difference is 223 minus 229. A2 minus A1, which is minus 6. You can see it here, minus 6. Now don't transpose anything initially. 229 minus 6. This is minus 6. Minus 6 into n is minus 6n. Minus 6 into minus 1 is plus 6. Is less than 0. We have multiplied minus 6 with the terms in the bracket. N minus 1 into minus 6. Minus 6 into n is minus 6n. Minus 6 into minus 1 is plus 6. Is less than 0. 225 plus 6 is 235. Minus 6n is less than 0. Transpose. Transpose. I've done it both the ways, children. Here I have transposed. You can see the alternate calculation where I have transposed 235. So we have done it. We'll do it both the ways. Now, there are some rules regarding inequalities. I'm not telling you them now. There are quite a few rules regarding inequalities. This is the only situation you will have in AP. This is the only situation based on inequality you will have in AP. So just understand this alone.
I have shared my answer.
Yes, Shakti, just a minute. I'll finish this and look into that. So transpose minus 6n. See, as I told you here, I've transposed 235 children. So you'll know both. The thing is, substitute the values. Substitute the values. Multiply. Then 229 plus 6 is 235 minus 6n less than 0. Transpose minus 6n. So 235 is less than 6n. Then this 6 will come for division. So 235 by 6 is less than n. 235 by 6, 6 will come for division, is less than n. Now when you say 5 is less than 4, when you write it the other way, you will say 4 is Oh, sorry. 5 is greater than 4. 5 greater than 4. Yeah, we all know that 5 is greater than 4, but when you exchange their positions, when you write 4 and 5 like this, automatically the inequality is reversed. 4 is less than 5. 5 is greater than 4, true. But when you exchange the numbers, when you put 5 in the left hand side and, sorry, when you take 4 in the left hand side and 5 in the right hand side, the inequality is reversed. 5 greater than 4. You can't say 4 greater than 5. But when it's an equality, we say 10 is equal to A, which means A is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. This is an equality. If minus 10 is equal to A is equal to minus 10 because it's an equality. In an inequality, 5 greater than 4. When you exchange their positions, 4 less than 5. So use this idea. Just remember this. So 235 by 6 is less than n. It's important to write it as a mixed fraction. Only then you will know the term. So if this is exactly, it won't be exactly divisible. It will always be a mixed fraction. Because then it will become a term of the AP. 235 by 6 is 39, 1 by 6 is less than n. Now when you write n here and 39, 1 by 6 here, the inequality is reversed. When you exchange, when you write 39, 1 by 6 here and n here, the inequality less than becomes greater than. 5 is less than 6. 6 is greater than 5. Similarly, 39 1 by 6 is less than n. N is greater than 39 1 by 6. So n is greater than 39 1 by 6. Which is that number? Which is that natural number just greater than 39 1 by 6? Greater than 39 1 by 6. 40. So the 40th term is the first negative term. A40, that is the 40th term is the first negative term, and the value of A40 is A plus 39D. So substitute the values of A and D, you get minus 5. The position is 40, the term is minus 5. The 40th term is the first negative term, and the value in the 40th position is minus 5. So which is the first negative term? Minus 5 is the first negative term. Or A40, both the answers hold good. A40 is the first negative term. Or in other words, minus 5 is the first negative term. You find the term. You find A40. Now the alternate calculation, if you transpose 235. So minus 6n is less than minus 235. When you transpose this, minus 6n is less than minus 235. When you cancel the minus signs on both the sides, that's what we normally do, right? When we have minus A is equal to minus 5. We cancel the minus on both sides and we say A is equal to 5. But look at this, minus 4 is less than, minus 4 is less than minus, what should I write, 5 or 3? Minus 4 is less than?
Minus 3.
Minus 4. Yeah, minus 4 is less than minus 3. Is this correct? Minus 4 less than minus 3. Yes.
Yes.
But when you cancel the minus signs, is it still true?
No, ma'am. 3 is less than 4, ma'am.
It becomes 4 is greater than 3.
Yes, true.
The inequality is reversed. When you cancel the minus signs, the inequality is reversed. Minus 10 is less than minus 1. Minus 10 is less than minus 1. Now when we cancel the minus on both the sides, 10 greater than 1. Similarly here, when you cancel the minus signs on both the sides, reverse the inequality. 6n is greater than 235. So n is greater than 235 by 6. N is greater than 39 1 by 6. Then the same thing. Same thing. See, we've got this. Then the same thing you have to write. A40 and B. Shakti, I'll see you're working now. Yes, children, please write down. Shakti, have you found by the trial and error method?
Yes, ma'am.
See, when it comes to the answer, you're right, but the procedure, I don't think you can adopt that. If it's for 1 mark, it doesn't matter. But if it is for 2 or 3 marks, your steps count, and I can't give reasons, but it's not accepted.
Okay.
But you're right. You found it by the trial and error method. You found that's right. You tried when n is 30, n is what is it, 38. You tried. Then you tried 40. Okay. Yes, good thinking. Good thinking, but it's not practical also to say. It's not practical. You cannot always find it like that. So I think that is the reason why you cannot work it using this trial and error approach. You may not always land up finding with fewer steps. You might find it, you might do it like some 10, 15 attempts, you might get the answer. So this is a standard one. Okay, Shakti? Not okay with Shakti. Are you there, Shakti?
Yes, ma'am.
No. You agree that
Yes,
you
ma'am.
cannot? Yeah. Okay. See, now supposing I start with, like, just for example, supposing I start with 10,000 minus 7. Okay, so 9,993 minus 7, 9,980. Is it 6? I hope. Like this. Now, which is the first negative term? You might get it in one shot, but you may not get it also. But it becomes cumbersome, your calculation. Finish writing, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. So children, the condition used to find the first negative term of the AP is an. The term is less than 0. So a plus n minus 1 into d is less than 0. Substitute the values of a and d. Open the multiply minus 6 within the bracket and open the bracket. Simplify, and at this stage you can you can transpose any one to the other side. So when you take minus 6n to the other side, it becomes plus 6n. 6 comes for division. This mixed fraction you get is less than n. When you write n here and this number here, you must change the inequality. So the 40th term is the first negative term. Here, when you cancel the minus, when you transpose 235, it becomes minus 235. Minus gets cancelled on both the sides. When you cancel minus signs on both the sides, the inequality is reversed. Less than becomes greater than. So n is greater than 235 by 6. N is greater than 39 1 by 6. So the 40th term is the first negative term whose value is minus 5. Find the middle terms of the arithmetic progression 20, 16, 12. You can see that the numbers are decreasing in value 20, 16, 12. So you can see that term is negative. Minus 176. Find the middle terms. So to find the middle terms of the AP, you should first find how many terms are there in the AP. Now, supposing the AP has 10 terms. Supposing the AP has 10 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 terms. Then which are the middle terms? This is the first terms. Okay, let me say A1, A2. Okay, see here, children, there are 6 terms. Okay, so which is the middle term? Which are the middle terms? The third and the fourth term are the middle terms. The third and the fourth terms, when the number of terms are even, when the AP has even number of terms. Now see here, there are 6 terms. Supposing this AP which has 6 terms, you want to find the middle terms. The middle terms are the third and the fourth term. So how will you find if n is equal to 6, 6 by 2 and 6 by 2 plus 1 will be the middlemost terms. If n is even, like we do for median, calculating median, we find the middle value, right? The middlemost terms or the middlemost term. If n is 6, that is if the number of terms is even. I'll just use this example. So here there are 6 terms, n is 6. So the middle terms are 6 by 2, the third term, and 6 by 2 plus 1, the third term plus 1, the fourth term. But if there was A7, if it was A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6 and A7. The fourth term is the middlemost term. So how do we get it when n is odd? When n is odd, add 1 to that. Add 1 to that and then divide by 2. 7 plus 1 by 2, 8 by 2, the fourth term. Recall how we find median, children. If n is odd, n is 7, n is odd, the middlemost term will be n plus 1 by 2th term. n plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 by 2. Fourth term is the middlemost term. If n is even, then the n by 2th term and the n by 2 plus 1th term, these are the two middlemost terms. Because when n is even, there will be two terms in the middle. When n is odd, there will be only one term in the middle. When the number of terms are odd, there will be only one term, which is the middlemost term. But when n is even, when the number of terms are even, then there will be two middlemost terms. So first, using minus 176, you should find how many terms are there. Is it even or odd? How many terms are there in this AP? 20, 16, 12, so on till minus 176. You don't know if there is one term in the middle or if there are two middle terms. We don't know that. How do you make out how many terms are there? Because these are the only two possibilities. Either there's one term in the middle or there are two middle terms. That depends on the number of terms the AP has. If the AP has odd number of terms, there will be only one term in the middle. If the AP has even number of terms, then there will be two middle terms. So I should first find out the value of n. And who will tell me the value of n? Minus 176 will tell me the value of n, the position of minus 176. So an is equal to minus 176 will tell me the value of n. And based on that, we'll find the middle term or the two middle terms. See the answer? Please write the question, put a comma here. First, find n children. Go and ask minus 176 its position. So minus 176 says that it is in the 50th position. That means there are 50 terms in the AP. The last one in the queue. The last one in the queue is minus 176. The position of minus 176 will tell us the number of terms the AP has. And minus 176 is in the 50th position. So that means there are 50 terms in the AP. 50 terms, even number of terms. Then there are two middle terms. Because there are even number of terms, no? 50, even number. There are two middle terms. Which are the two middle terms? The n by 2th term and the n by 2 plus 1th term. The 25th and the 26th term. Then find A25 and A26. Yes, as I always tell you, please go through the contents and then start writing. it is added th term, n by 2 term, n by 2 plus 1th term. It's not 50 plus 1 by 2, it's 50 by 2 plus 1. 25 plus 1.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
here in the question they're asking to find middle term, so we have to find 2, or generally itself we have to find 2?
No, if there are 50 terms in the middle, if there are 50 terms, you're saying, is it okay? Even if it is find the middle term of the arithmetic progression, you will get 2 terms in the middle. It's not because it is in plural form, middle terms, so there must be 2 terms.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, but
Yeah.
but it's an even number, so 50 by 2, 25. That's the only term, no, ma'am. The center term.
Okay, 1 minute. Let's do that. Now, supposing we have 4 terms. Okay, A1, A2. How many terms are there? How many terms are there? 4 terms, right? Okay. Who's in the middle? The
2
second
and
term?
3.
2 and 3. When the number of terms are even, there is no one person in the middle. There will be 2 persons in the middle. Take A5 and A6 also. Take A5 and A6. Now tell me who's exactly in the middle. Is there one person in the middle?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. 3 and
See, I'm slashing one from the beginning, one from the end. One from the beginning, one from the end. Yeah, so these two are in the middle. The third and the fourth term. That means 6 by 2, 3, and 6 by 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. Always when the number of...
So if there were 51 terms, then what would be the middle term, ma'am?
51 plus 1. Okay, do it. 51 plus 1. That's the next question. We'll see that. 51 plus 1, 52 by 2. The 26th term.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, if you have A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5, which is the middle term?
A3.
A3.
3, ma'am.
Yeah, it is 5 plus 1. 6. 6 by 2. The
Yes,
third
ma'am, got
one.
it.
Yeah. So first, to find the middle term or the middle terms, you should know how many terms are there in the AP. Is the number of terms even or odd? That question comes in our mind first. To find the middle term or the middle terms, we need to understand how many terms the AP has. And for that, you should take up the last term, minus 176, and find the position of minus 176. N is 50. Minus 176 is in the 50th position. So there are 50 terms in the AP. Even number of terms. So there will be 2 terms in the middle. N by 2 and N by 2 plus 1. 50 by 2 and 50 by 2 plus 1. So 25 and 26 term are the two middle terms, and then you have to find 825 and 826. Finish, children?
Completed, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Yes.
Find the middle term of the arithmetic progression 18, 15 and a half, 13, so on up to minus 47. So again, same procedure. An is minus 47. Work that and find the value of n. N is 27. You can see that n is 27. So there are 27 terms in the arithmetic progression. So the middle term is n plus 1 by 2th term.
And 14th term, ma'am.
Yeah, n plus 1 by 2th term is the middlemost term. So the 14, not 14th, it's a 14th term.
Ma'am, 14th term.
Yeah. No, you said 14th term only. I corrected myself. I've not written that here. Children, please write this, okay? Don't write n plus 1 by 2, write n plus 1 by 2th term. It's the n plus, middle term is n plus 1 by 2th term. Otherwise, it means like 14 is the middle term. 27 plus 1 by 2th term. Everywhere you write that term, 14th term. So A14 is the middle term. And the value of A14 is A plus 13D, which is minus 14 and a half. So after substituting the values, children, A is 18 and D, common difference is 15 and a half minus 18, minus 5 by 2. Okay, so transpose 18 minus 18, so get minus 65. And then take this minus 5 by 2 to the other side. It's not minus, I told you yesterday, it's n minus 1 into D, it's in multiplication here. So on the other side, minus 5 by 2 becomes minus 2 by 5. Minus 5 by 2 becomes minus 2 by 5. So minus into minus plus, 5 1 the 5 13 times. 13 into 2 is 26. N minus 1 is 26. N is equal to 26 plus 1, 27. There are 27 terms. So 27 plus 1 by 2, 28 by 2. The 14th term is the middlemost term. And A14 is A plus 13D. Is it fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you have to find the middle term or the middle terms, you have to first find how many terms the AP has. Whether the AP has even number of terms or odd number of terms. If the number of terms are odd, there's only one term in the middle, which is the n plus 1 by 2th term. If the number of terms are even, then there are two terms in the middle, the n by 2th term and the n by 2 plus 1th term. Okay, children, I've prepared an assignment for you for Friday. Friday being a festival, we will not have class this Friday. An assignment, please complete that. Take screenshots, children. Class, use the emoji, raise your hand. Nishita? Okay. So today we have Srinivasan, Arnav, Shriya, Parkavi, Harshita, Sudarshan, Shruti, Shivani, Akshayram, Muttuvel, Ravya, Shakti, Nafi, Rakshan, Anish, Bala, Harishan, Nishita. So it looks like exams are going on for the Mahatma Gandhi students. None of them are there. Okay. All right. All right, children, you can lower your hands. Take screenshots, children. This will be the assignment for this week. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This question is important. Tangent is 5 by 12, meaning tan of that angle. Tangent is tan. Sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, cotangent, cotangent for cot, tangent for tan.
Ma'am, can you
Sine.
show the previous slide? Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. its tangent is pi by 12, meaning tan of some angle. Tangent is not circle tangent. It's not this circle tangent. Tangent is not this tangent. Tangent is tan, as in trigonometry, tan. I prepared 14 questions. Please stay till the end. All important questions.
Next question, ma'am.
Yeah.
One week previous slide, ma'am.
Yeah. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Slide, ma'am.
Okay. Important question. We have done vertically below in the class. This is vertically above. We have done an aeroplane flying vertically below another one. This is vertically above. You can ignore this for now. Yeah, this is important. Take it. You can take a picture of it. Yeah, you can take a picture, but don't concentrate on this. Question number 11, you can ignore it for now. I'll teach you in the class. That's what I mean. The others you should be able to do by yourself. 11 we'll see in the class. That's it. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good night, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.